Assalamualaikum. We continue with our next topic, which is a B plus 3. In the last meeting, we have finished the discussion about the B3. So now we continue with the B plus 3. The topics that we are going to discuss is similar as in the B3. The first one is what is a B plus 3. Second one, why B plus 3s. The third one, searching a B plus 3, insertion in a B plus 3, and the deletion operation in a B plus 3. So this is some information about the B plus 3. So there are three kind of the nodes in the B plus 3. The first one is root, the second one internal nodes, and the last one is leaf. The root and internal nodes in the B plus 3 is actually similar to the B3. Only the leaf that is different. Mainly, the main difference between B and B plus 3 is that in the leaf. In the B plus 3, the data or reference to the data must be inserted into the leaf. Now we are going to discuss the detail about these three kind of the node. The first one, root. Root can be a single leaf or has 2 to m children. So this is the same with the B3. The second one, internal nodes contain searching keys. The key in each node are sorted in increasing order. Each node has at least the ceiling operator applied to m over 2 and at most m subtrees. And the number of the set key in the node is 1 less than the number of the subtrees. The last one, key I in an internal node is the smallest key in subtree I plus 1. The first, second, and the third characteristic of the internal nodes is actually similar to the B3. As you can see that in the B3, the node also has the key that is sorted in increasing order, right? And it's not containing at least the ceiling operator applied to m over 2 and at most m sub 2. This is the same. Only the last characteristic is not that is different compared to the B3, which is the key I in an internal node is the smallest key in subtree I plus 1. We will see this one in the example later on. Let's look at the most important thing, which is the leaf component. This is the main difference between the B3. So in the B3, when we want to insert some data in terms of the keys, we can insert that data as the root, as the internal nodes, and also in the leaf. But in the B plus 3, we can only insert the data into the leaf. Then the second one that we need to notice, that is in the B plus 3, there are two kind of the order. The first one is M, which is the same as in the B3, which is branching factor. Second one is L. L is the number of the maximum keys that is allowed in the leaf. We will also look at this definition of L more easily when we go for the example. So this is some detail about the B plus 3. The structure of the node of internal node in the B plus 3 is like this. There is the A1, K1, A2, K2, A3 until KJ, AJ plus 1. So J is defined as the number of key in the node. AI is the reference to a subtree. KI is the ith key, and K1 should be less than K2, less than K3, etc. until KJ. And Ki is less than or equal to the smallest key in the subtree AI plus 1 and is larger than to the largest key in subtree AI. So everyone, let's look at this example. So by I think that using this example will make the concept of the B plus 3 is easy to be understood. So look at this. The first node is the root. And we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 the internal nodes, and the last one is the leaf. So this is the place where we want to insert the data. Only in the leaf data in the B plus 3 we can insert the data. We cannot really insert the data into the root and the internal nodes. Actually, the roots and the internal node is used only for the searching the data in the leaf. So for example, now I have explained that there are two kind of the order in the B plus 3. The first one is M, and the second one is L. So the M is corresponds to the order of the root and internal nodes. The concept of the M is similar with the B tree. So it is like the maximum number of the subtree that is allowed in the root and internal nodes. The L is the order for the leaf. The L is the maximum allowed number of the key in the leaf. So for example, now we have M equal to 5 and L equal also to 5. This means that the maximum number of the keys for the root and the internal should be M minus 1, which is 4. And the maximum number of the branching, of course, is 5 because M is 5. But the concept of the order for the leaf, which is in this case is L is equal to 5, means that there can only 5 key in each of the leaf node. For example, now we have this leaf that containing maximum number of the keys. We cannot have like keys to be equal to 6 for the node because L is 5. Okay, and also the other difference between the B tree, you can see that in the B tree we can make like new branching, new children for the leaf node, but in the B plus tree it is not possible because the leaf is actually is used to store the data, so there cannot be any subtree for the leaf nodes. Okay. And also, as you can see that there is the arrow that connecting the leaf node. This is because actually the leaf node being implemented by using doubly linked list. But in some modeling actually this detail will be ignored. And actually in the next diagram for the B plus tree, we will just ignore this doubly linked list structure of the leaf nodes. Okay, maybe another thing that we need to understand, you can see that of course the key in the leaf node should be sorted ascendingly. So you can see, for example, in this node there are 2, 4, 6 as the keys. Then in this node we see 8, 10, 12, 14 and 16 as the key. Because of some rule in the B plus tree, we can like decide the keys in the internal nodes, the parents of the leaf, by using the minimum key in the right child. So for example, for this node, you can see that for this node there are 4 keys. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 children for this node. You can see that the content of this node, which is 8, 18, 26 and 35, is not like randomly decided, but they are from the value of the smallest value in the right child. So for example, the 8 in this position is from this key, 18 from this key, 26 from this key, 35 from this key. And for this node, 48 from this key, 51 from this key, 54 from this key, and etc. That is the rule for the internal. So for the internal, the key should be borrowed from the smallest key in the right child. But for the root, there is no such rule. You can see that 41 is not borrowed from the smallest key here. 66 also not from this 72 and 87 not from this 92. So that rule is only applicable in the internal nodes. We have another example with M is 4 and L is 4 also. So again, the order M is applicable to the root and internal node. The order L is only applicable to the leaf because in this example there is no internal roots, means that M is for the root and L is for the leaf. You can see that as in the B tree, if M is equal to 4, for example, then the number of the key that is allowed for the root should be between 1 into m minus 1. Means that it should contain only from 1 to 3. Now we see that there are 3 keys in this root, so it is valid. Then L is 4 is corresponding to the order of the leaf. We can see that, for example, this not containing 4 keys. This is 2, this is 4, and this is also 4. So this is valid. Also, the key has already being sorted ascendingly. So there is no problem with this B plus 3. And also, you can see that for this case, the key in the root is actually from the smallest key in the right child. 25 borrow from here, 50 borrow from here, and 75 borrow from this position. So even though the root doesn't necessarily to contain the keys from the smallest key in the right child, but actually it can borrow that key. But it doesn't necessarily to follow this kind of the rule. Only internal node that should follow this rule. So actually the B plus 3 is really similar compared to B3. The B plus 3 being introduced because we want to minimize the access to the hard disk. Because it is possible to create a large branching factor, so even with the large number of the records, we can make the height of the tree to be really short. The main difference between B plus and B3 in terms of the application is actually the B plus 3 are widely used in database because B plus 3 can support both equality and range search efficiently. For example, of equality search, find a student record with key 950,000 something. The example of the range search will be like finding a student record with exam grade greater than 70 and less than 90. Now we will look at the example why we can do the range search very efficiently using B plus 3. Let's look at this example. Now, for example, we want to search for the key that between 51 and 54. Look at this. This is 51 and this is 54, right? So by going for this direction, we can just find the node that containing the keys that between the value of 51 and 54. By using B3, we will not be able to perform this operation very efficiently because the B3 will not have this kind of the ordering. Only B plus 3 that provide us with this kind of the range search ordering, so that we can do the range search very efficiently. There is some detail for the B plus 3 in practice. I think this is almost similar with the B3 also. So for example, B plus 3 of order M and L is equal to M, then the height is h, where the height is bigger or equal to 1, then we can calculate the space required to be big O n, the insert, searching, remove, and performing a range query should be around big O log base M n. Then the last one is the maximum number of the record store, which is equal to M powered by h minus 1 multiplied to L. This is not difficult to think of because let's look at this. For example, we have a tree with 3 levels, including the root. So there will be the root, the one internal node level, and one leaf. Okay, so look at this. Now we have M to be 133. So means that from the root to the internal node, there will be 133 branch. Then in the internal node, there will be the same 133 branch also. So means that in the internal node, we can expect that there will be 133 multiplied to 133 branch. Then each of the leaf can contain 100 records. So the total capacity for this B plus 3 will be 133 multiply to 133 multiply to 100. Searching in a B plus tree is almost the same as in searching in the B trees. It is a really simple operation. Let's look at the example to understand this operation. Now we will use the same example. Maybe for example now we want to search for key 85. Okay, 85. So searching will start with the root. You can see that 85 is bigger than 41. So we go here, 85 bigger than 66. We go here, and 85 less than 87. So we go for this branching. We go here, then after that we compare again 85 to 83 because 85 is bigger than 83. We go here, then we go for this branch. We find that 85 in this node. Let's look at another example. Maybe we will use this kind of the example. Now, for example, we want to find the key 60. So, similar as the previous one, we compare the searching key, which is 60 in this case, with the keys in the root. So, 60 bigger than 25, then 60 bigger than 50, 60 less than 75. So, we go for this branch. We find that 60 over here. Similar in the B3 also, the searching of in the B plus tree will be done starting from the root to the leaf node. Then the complexity at most log m divided by 2 do the ceiling operator key k, which is in this case k is the search key value. For example, now we have like 1 million search key values and m is 100. Then we can calculate that there should be like 4 nodes are need to be accessed during the searching process. The first operation that we will need to discuss a little bit detail is the insert operation, insert in B plus tree. So the insert operation in the B plus tree must be started in the leaf node. This is because when we want to insert a key, means that we are inserting a record, a data or data reference. That's why we need to insert that into the leaf. In the B plus tree, it is not possible to insert a new key in the internal nodes and the root because the key that we are going to insert is the data. You can see that different with the B tree. In the B plus tree, because we have to kind of the structure, the special structure for the leaf and the other structure for the root and the internal nodes, there can be two overflow condition. Okay, the first one is the overflow that being happens in the leaf node. That happen when after we insert a key, the leaf node containing L plus 1 keys. You can see that for the leaf node, the maximum number of the key should be only L. So when it more than that, the overflow condition will happen. For the root node or an internal node, the overflow condition happen when the node containing M keys. You can see that the concept of the M is the branching factor. So for the root and also the internal node, the possible maximum number of the key is only M minus 1. So when it reaches M, then means that there is the overflow. The insert operation is almost similar actually with the B tree, but let's look at the detail. So this is the insert algorithm. You can see that the first step that we need to perform is to search for the upper weight leaf node X to insert the key. The second one, if the key exists in X, then we just report an error because we cannot have the double key in the leaf. So this is similar with the B tree. If X not overflow, means that it contains less than L key, then or equal to L key, then we can say that the insert operation is done Otherwise, we need to split the x into 2, then copy the smallest key y of the right split node and insert it to the parents of the node. Because actually the parent of the leaf is the internal node or the root, then they are similar with the B3. That's why the insert operation will be using the B3 insert algorithm. Okay, now to see this detail of the insert algorithm, maybe it will be better if we just discuss some examples. So as the first case, you can see that actually this slide is not from the original slide. This is some additional that I made. This is only to draw some connection with the B3 insert algorithm when the initial B plus 3 is actually empty. Okay, now look at this. There is an example that is from the slide 17 of the B3. We are going to insert the key 78, 52, 81, 40, 33, 90, 85, 20, and 38 into B plus 3. That is initially empty. So, as we know that in the B plus 3, only the leaf can be used to store the data, and the keys must be sorted in that way. So you look at this. After do some sorting, we have this kind of sorting: 20, 33, 38, 40, 52, 78, 81, 85, 90. Okay, so we need to store the key first, and after that we just insert the keys into the leaf. Now look at this. There is some information that the order of the leaf is 3. That's why we can only allow each of the node containing 3 keys. So this node already containing 3, this one also, and this one also. Now everyone, as you can see that the most important thing in the B plus 3 is only the leaf. The information is only in the leaf. After you insert all that information into the leaf, then you can like defining the upper part, which is either internal nodes of the root, to point to that leaf. Then the information about the keys of that internal or the root node can be drawn actually from the leaf. For example, now to make the example simple, we just like draw one root node that will point to the leaf. As there are three leaves, so we just only need to introduce one root with 2 keys. The value of the key can be borrowed from the smallest value in the right child. So for example, 40 from here and 81 from here. So this is one of the example on how to build B plus 3 from some input when we have the B plus 3 to be initially empty. This is the second example when we are going to insert some value, which is some key, which is O in this case, into B plus 3 of order M is 4 and L is 3. So now we are insert the O. You can see that the insert operation is must be preceded by using the searching operation to find the correct location. Okay, so now we are comparing the O to the keys in the root O. Because O is less than Q, we go to the left and we compare the O to the D. O is bigger than D, we compare again O to the J. O is bigger than J, and we compare again O to N. Because O is also bigger than N, then means that we need to go to the right. So now we go to the right, then we compare again O to N. O is bigger than N, and P. You can see that O is smaller than P. That's why we need to insert O between N and P. So this is the insert operation after we insert the O. Because L is 3, means that there is no overflow. So we need to stop the insert operation here. So there is no overflow. We don't need to proceed with the splitting step. This is the second example where when we insert some key into the B plus 3, then we'll have some condition that there is overflow to that leaf node. So now, just example, we want to insert the T, we need to find the correct location for the T. We compare T with the key in the root because T is bigger than Q, so we need to go into the right. Then we compare the T with the keys in this internal node. Because T is less than U means that we need to go to insert T in this leaf. Okay, this is the result of the insert operation. So you can see that we have insert T in this location because L is 3 in this case, L is 3, but now this leaf node containing 4 key means that there is overflow. So we need to deal with this overflow. To deal with the overflow, as the algorithm say, we need to split this node into two. QRST is being split into QR and ST. Okay, so now we have one additional leaf node in this B plus tree. Means that we need to increase the number of the key in the parents. Otherwise, there will be a leaf node that do not have the reference. So now we to increase the number of the reference in the internal node, we can just like borrow the smallest key in the right child, which is in this case S, then take that value, put that into the parent node. So now you can see that is already put here. So now this internal node can have 1, 2, 3, and 4 branching. So now we can use this additional branching to point to this to split node. Okay. The next example, when we do the insert operation, then there is not only one overflow but two overflows. Let's look at this example. This is the original B plus tree. We insert the character M into this B plus tree, so you can see that this is the location of that new keys. You can see that because L is 3, so this leaf node already overflow. So we need to split this node into two to become this JK and LM. Okay, as in the previous step, when we split the leaf, then means that we need to take the smallest value from the right child, then promote that value to become one of that value in the parent. So in this case, the smallest value in the right child is L. We take L, we put that into the parent. So L is over here. But when we do this, now we actually violate the maximum number of the key that is allowed for the internal node, because M is 4 means that the maximum number of the key can only M minus 1, which is 3. So we need to deal with this problem. The way that we deal with this problem is actually just apply a similar strategy as in the B3, because actually other than the leaf node, the structure of this B plus tree is actually just B3. So this, the root and the internal node structure is B3. That's why based on the B3 procedure, what we need to do when there is the overflow, then we just only need to take one key. In this case, either it is a J or L, then promote that to become the key in the root and delete that key from the internal nodes. So this is the result. In this case, you can see that we take the J, from the internal node, we promote that to become the key of the parent. That's why now this internal node being divided into two nodes, D as the first one and LN as the second one. Okay, so now this is D and this is LN, and J has been promoted to become the key in the root. Then as the last example for the insert operation, we have this example. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, in this example, we insert two keys, 16 and 8 in the B plus tree with order M is 5 and L is 4. Okay. Now 16, when we are going to insert 16, we compare 16 with the keys in the root. 16 bigger than 13, we go here, but 16 less than 17. That's why we go here, then we insert 16. Now, because L is 4, we can see that there are only 3 keys in this leaf node, means that there is no overflow. So we don't have to do anything. But when we insert 8, 8 is less than 13, so means that 8 should be go here. Then we put 8 there. We can count that now there are 5 keys for this leaf, means that there is overflow. When there is overflow, what we need to do is again, we need to divide this node to become 2. In this example, that will become 2, 3, and 5, 7, and 8. Okay. Then again, by using similar procedure as before, we need to borrow the smallest key in the right child, then put that as the new key in the parent. So 5 is promote to this to become the key in the root. But you cannot delete 5 in this case, because this node is the leaf node, not the internal node. If you promote something from the internal node to the upper level, you must delete that. But this is a leaf, so you cannot delete that key. Then after that, everyone, after you promote 5 for this root, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 keys for this root. Because M is a 5, means that there can be only M minus 1 keys, means that there is overflow for this root. So what we need to do again, we need to split this node to become 2. Then after that, promote one value to the upper level. Because this part of the B plus tree is actually just B3, that's why we can use the B3 procedure in order to deal with this overflow. What happens that we just take the middle key 17 and promote 17 to become the root, and after that we just point to the left internal node by using this reference, the left reference of the 17, and to this right internal node by using the right reference of the root. Maybe you will ask me why we can take 17 to become the key even though M is 5. You can see that if we calculate the minimum number of the key for this node, that should be 5 divided by 2, 2.5. Apply the ceiling operation, then you will get 3. Then you subtract 1, that will become 2. So the minimum number of the key should be 2. But listen everyone, this is not the internal node, this is the root. So you know that even in the B3, the minimum number of the key for the root is between 1, right? 1, maximum is M minus 1, right? That's why it is, this doesn't violate any rule for the B and B plus 3. Okay. So I think that that is for today. For this opportunity, we will discuss again about the last operation, which is the delete operation in the B plus 3. Thank you. I think that if you think that this explanation is not easy to be understood, you can send email to me. Then I plan to have like a small quiz to try your understanding after we finish all the material for the B and B plus 3. Okay, thank you everyone.